Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi yessir wa la tuassir. Rabbi temmim bil khair. Oh Allah, make it easy and do not make it difficult, and make it end well. Hello everyone. Welcome to the third class of our Learning Tajweed Practically program. In this class, we'll learn the rule Idgham ma'al Ghunnah together, inshallah. What is Idgham ma'al Ghunnah? It means Idgham with Ghunnah. What does Idgham with Ghunnah mean? It means to pronounce Tanween or Noon Sakinah nasally and with shada. But you won't need to remember this, since we'll learn this practically and easily, inshallah. What have we done so far in our classes? If the letters Elif, Ha, H, Ayin, Ghayin, He come next to Tanween, it's the first rule. What about the second rule? Lam and Ra. It was the letters Lam and Ra. And in our third class, we'll see how it applies with the letters Ye, Mim, Noon and Wow. And with this, we leave out another 4 letters. What did we say in our previous classes? That there are 28 letters in the Quran. What was our main rule? After Tanween or Noon Sakinah, there is always a Tajweed rule. Out of 28 letters, when we leave out 6 plus 4 plus 2 letters, what are we left with? 16 letters. What is the third rule? As we're reciting the Quran, the letters comes next to Tanween or Noon Sakinah. Ye, Mim, Noon, Wow. What happens then? The third rule happens, meaning Idgham ma'al Ghunnah. What happens when Idgham ma'al Ghunnah happens? Like, how do we do it? We will learn how to do it with our examples now, inshallah. We're reciting the Quran. As we're reciting the Quran, we see the letter Sin with Tanween, with double Dammah, double Fataha or double Kasra. As we are reciting the Quran, we see a Noon Sakinah. What always comes after that? A Tajweed rule. What happens if the letters that are related to Idgham ma'al Ghunnah, Ye, Mim, Noon and Wow comes next? The third rule happens. What do we do when the third rule happens? 1. As we said at first, we give it shadda and pronounce it by holding the sound in our nasal passage. 1. Pronounce the Noon and Tanween nasally. 2. Give it shadda. How do we do this? So my friends, before we learn the rule, how would we read this? An, ve, right? We'd read it as anwa. And now we don't remove the Noon. We pronounce it nasally. Holding it like 3 hold it. What do we do? As we're reciting the Quran, we see a Noon Sakinah. After Noon Sakinah, we see one of these 4 letters that require the third rule. Idgham ma'al Ghunnah. We see Waw here. What do? We pronounce Noon nasally. We gave it shadda and hold it and read it as Alright, now let's practice this with examples from the Quran. The letters that lead to our third rule, Yamnu letters. The third rule, let's look at Surah Al-Masad for examples. Tabbet yada abi lahab. What does come after Tanween in this example? The letter Waw. What's this normally called? What do we call this? Binwa. But what do we do with Noon? Pronounce it nasally. Is that enough? No. 1. Pronounce it nasally. 2. Give shadda. 3. Hold. We read it as Lahabiwatab. 1. Pronounce it nasally. 2. Give shadda. 3. Hold. Lahabiwatab. See, one measure of haraka. What do? We hold. Let's look at another example from Surah Yasin. Siratum. You see what happens there? Tanween comes next. What comes after Tanween? The letter Mim. What happens if Mim comes after Tanween or any other Yamnu letter? The third rule happens. What do we do in the third rule? 1. Pronounce it nasally. 2. Give shadda. 3. Hold. Siratum mustaqim. Siratum mustaqim. Let's look at yet another example. We see Noon Sakinah. If there's Noon Sakinah, there's always a Tajweed rule. We look, what do we see? What was it with the letter Ya? The third rule from the Yamnu letters comes next. 1. We pronounce it nasally. Idgham ma'al Ghunnah actually means pronouncing it nasally, pronouncing it with Ghunnah. Man ya'mal. We pronounce it nasally, give shadda, and we hold. And in our last example, this time it's ahdan. I said dan. There's tanween. Which letter comes after it? The letter nun. Ahdan. We read it as dan nabadha. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.